Dear child, I notice the shake beneath your calm, the questions moving through your thoughts. Quiet can feel heavy, and stillness might seem strange, stirring unease. You sometimes ask where I am, whether I've stepped away or lost interest. Such doubts are common when the road ahead is hazy and your inner balance feels off. I understand that drifting mood. It is not failure to feel it. Everyone meets seasons that unsettle peace and blur direction. I see every question born from your wish for certainty and solid ground. My awareness stays close, never distant, never harsh. It is natural to pull back when answers feel hidden. Yet even that retreat is observed with understanding. Confusion, far from marking weakness, shows an active heart still seeking meaning. Let uncertainty remind you you are moving, not stuck. Listen, not only with your ears, but with that quiet spot inside you. I have never stopped speaking. My nearness is steady even when it hides from familiar signs. The air filling your lungs reflects my ongoing care. The rise of your pulse hints that life persists under my watch. I show in the urge to choose kindness, in the simple sense of rightness in sudden calm during unrest. I rarely shout. I lean on gentle inner shifts. Do not confuse calm speech with departure. I favor steady presence over display. Notice the prompt to smile, the pause before harsh words, the thought that eases worry. There will be stretches when silence feels deep, as though your requests drift into emptiness. That hush does not signal indifference. Quiet often opens space for essential inner work. Stillness lets you notice subtle direction, the hidden currents linking your depths with me. When outer life blares, calm truth is hard to catch. Silence invites forgotten strengths and insights to surface. Strength supported by me. My care has not withdrawn. It allows your own resources to rise. Like eyes adjusting in a dark room, understanding grows the longer you stay with quiet. What seems empty now may soon reveal fresh courage or a new question. Trust the pause. It comes before movement. You recall seasons when you felt abandoned, the trail ahead gone, and you wondered if I still stood beside you. In those moments, I was nearer than you knew, guiding events beyond sight. My view covers the entire route, not just the next step. A setback from your angle can serve a larger pattern working for you. My regard does not waver. Think of a time that first seemed unfortunate, but later proved helpful. Perspective changed the story. Help sometimes arrives disguised as delay or a door closing. While you measure time in hours, I trace outcomes across years. The broader path includes bends you would never choose yet, later welcome. Keep that wider horizon in mind when immediate scenes feel narrow. I have never set your life aside, nor will I. Your story fits within a larger picture, and my watch does not lapse. The thought that your worth fades, or my interest lessens with hardship, does not come from me. Each sunrise hands you room to grow, learn, and meet new experiences. Feelings of finality are not the end. My purpose keeps unfolding within and around you at every stage. When you wake to uncertainty, remember the breath in your chest proves continuing invitation. A chapter closing abruptly does not cancel the book. Many pages remain. What seems small today can become meaningful tomorrow because intention keeps moving forward. When you sat in dim corners of thought, fearing I had forgotten you, remember, even then I surrounded you. I was working inside your situation, steering you from harm and toward insight. My efforts rarely show as grand moves. They appear as hidden strength and unexpected turns. Hold this. My watch is constant and steady. Even when all you manage is steady breath, that persistence links with my support and moves you forward. Remember, small steps taken in fog still count, each one evidence that hope guides your feet. At moments you asked for quick relief and felt I stayed far off. Understand this. My approach does not always remove every strain right away. Hard tasks can prepare you for future opportunities. Challenges are allowed not to wound you, but to grow endurance and depth of character. This process rises from steady care, never harsh neglect. I've always worked for your good, even when the path looked confusing. Real strength and depth rarely arrive through ease alone. When relief delays, it is not denial, but training. I do not set heavy weight on you to break you. I help you practice standing strong, so that future winds will not tear you down. My shaping of your inner life is never driven by a wish to hurt. My regard remains clear and unwavering. You see the urgent present with its sharp angles. I hold the entire span of your days. You notice the valley underfoot. I know the ridge that follows. You observe scattered pieces. I perceive how they fit together. Even uneasy times serve a caring purpose aimed at your lasting growth. Imagine walking a winding mountain path. Each twist seems random until you reach a lookout and understand the climb. Likewise, moments that feel random now will one day make sense. Details develop quietly, linking lessons, friendships, and abilities into steady support. That support is tough. It endures because it forms through lived experience, patience, and choice. I value your unique journey enough to let it unfold at its own pace. I do not turn away from what I bring to life. I do not discard those linked to me. I knew you before your first breath. Every step you have taken, even those that felt like departure, I watched with understanding. My guidance has stood open, my support firm. This bond does not break easily. It sits at the core of both of us. You are fully known. Think of the many turns your journey has already taken. Laughter, disappointment, discovery, loss, surprise, routine. Through each shift, the link between us held steady. The same steady regard that set breath in your lungs still spans each moment. Your limitations do not repel me. They draw me toward you with patience. You may think errors make you unworthy or pain marks the end of my care. Let this sink in. No mistake, no sorrow, no shadow can sever our bond. My regard is not a prize for faultless living. It stands constant beyond change. Missteps become lessons. Grief is met with shared presence, not rejection. You are held by a care that cannot be weakened by any action or failure. Picture a traveler who trips, bruises a knee, and fears the guide is gone. Yet the guide stays, offering a hand, illuminating the next step, never shaming, always encouraging movement. Likewise, when you falter, I remain ahead, beside and behind, turning the stumble into insight. Shame whispers that the journey is over. I remind you, the story continues, richer for honesty and renewed resolve. Your value does not expire. It does not even diminish. Consider who I am, the ground of existence, the steady order beneath what you see. I hold the balance of stars and breath alike. If I sustain galaxies, do you doubt I can steady a restless heart? My ability to renew has no edge. You are not lost or cast off. You remain tied to an unwavering source. Think about the countless systems that run without your notice. Tides, seasons, sunrise, the silent growth of a tree in spring. All continue because underlying principles keep them. In the same way, my presence holds your life. When anxiety claims that everything may crumble, recall that the same logic and care that tilt the earth toward dawn also accompany your smallest sigh. Trust does not require you to solve complex questions. It asks you to remember that reliability surrounds you every day, often taken for granted, yet always active. The voice that predicts endings, that calls your struggle pointless, that devalues your life. That voice is not mine. I do not plant despair. My whisper urges movement, encourages you to rise again, invites unity and wholeness. Difficulties are not meant to crush, but to teach balance on uneven ground. Trials refine your inner qualities. Steady pressure can smooth rough edges. My intent always points toward your well-being. When defeat taunts you, answer with the quiet evidence of past recoveries. Notice how often hope has returned after long nights. How often new chances have arrived after closed options. The pattern reveals that setbacks, while real, remain temporary. I encourage you to keep breathing, keep asking, keep stepping even if steps are slow. If discouraging thoughts return, hold them to gentle scrutiny. Do they nurture life or drain it? Choose the voice that sustains life. I know you have wept in the dark more nights than you can count. Isolation can feel vast, and harsh words from others can cut deep. Silence may even seem threatening, yet every tear has been seen. Every quiet night found me nearby, though unnoticed. Heartache can open space for deeper awareness, inviting comfort and perspective. Connection rests on trust deeper than shifting feelings. Your tears are not weakness. They are proof that your heart still hopes. During each long night, I stay close, listening without judgment, waiting until you're ready to speak or simply rest. When morning arrives, remember that endurance carried you through, and endurance was never yours alone. You may think, but I cannot see the path. I answer, direction comes, though sometimes one step at a time. You say, I feel weak. My strength meets acknowledged weakness. When you stop leaning only on your own power and accept support, you touch strength beyond yours. You say, I fell. Then rise again. Support stands ready because the spark within you is a gift, not a trophy. Progress rarely follows a straight line. It twists, pauses, and resumes. Even a single small forward move counts as progress. If shame tells you that starting over proves failure, remind shame that starting over proves courage. Every fresh attempt creates space where new insight can land, as long as you remain willing to step, learn, and adjust. The path cannot vanish. It simply unfolds at its chosen pace. Therefore, keep placing one honest foot in front of the other. What I choose, I do not reject. What I start in you, I see through. What I promise, I keep. View your life beyond present fears and past disappointments. You notice scattered events. I note purpose in motion. You mark failure. I view a resilient learner. You note delay. I track timing aligned with wider wisdom. You notice broken places. I observe a spirit being ready to hold more care and to share it. If you could glimpse the map I follow, the pattern would calm your heart. It shows valleys leading to higher ground, detours avoiding unseen danger, pauses timed for needed rest. I celebrate every forward inch, every honest reflection, every moment of kindness you release into the world. No act of good intent is wasted. Recognize the worth already blooming from your journey, and you will see evidence that my promise is intact. Do not dread the work of inner refinement. Do not fear when certain things exit your story. I remove nothing just to harm. I create room for what truly benefits. You may seek only comfort, yet I aim for true change, depth that outlasts passing ease. You may wish for a smooth route, yet purpose often grows while navigating rough ground. Stretching signals growth. Quiet allows clearer guidance. Closed doors can act as protection. Look at trees after a storm. Weak branches fall, clearing space for healthier limbs to thrive. In similar fashion, when something leaves, it can be clearing space for stronger qualities, healthier ties, clearer thought. Trust the exchange. My goal is never to shrink your life, but to expand your capacity for courage, insight, and steady compassion toward both yourself and others. What seems lost today may later be named freedom, a freedom that fuels fresh direction. You believed I left, yet I walked beside you through every scene, often holding you when you felt unable to stand. I saw when others withdrew. I heard the unfair words. I sensed your sorrow when no one else seemed to notice. Through all of this, I remained. Amen.